Brothers and sisters, I'm going to share with you a little thought on the gospel here in a moment, something I never really thought about, something I never realized. We're often so tough on Thomas. But how about the other 10? Okay, I'll share that thought with you here in a moment. First of all, a little story. You may be familiar with the story of the husband and wife that travels together to Israel. And when they get there, lo and behold, once you know it, the wife dies. Okay? So the husband has a choice. He can either ship her home for the funeral or bury his wife in Israel. So he decides to get some prices. So he asks, and he comes to the realization that to bury her in Israel, it cost her $2,000, to ship her home, $20,000. 20 grand. So he thinks about it. In the end, he decides to ship her home for $20,000. And of course, one of his friends comes up to him and says, "Are you nuts? What is wrong with you? You bury her here, you save $18,000. And with that, the husband turns and says this, "Yeah, but I heard that 2,000 years ago, a man rose from the dead here in Israel, and I can't afford that to happen with my wife." But it's true. It's true. Now, husbands, I hope you have a little bit more understanding with your wives tonight, but the point is true. 2,000 years ago, Jesus did rise. There's no other country that can say that. It happened as Israel. Jesus Christ rose from the dead. You know something, everyone? When I read the gospel this week, we hear that resurrection story now unfold. Jesus is risen, and he starts to appear to his disciples. We often make fun of Thomas. Thomas, why don't you believe? But here's something I noticed. In the first part, it says this: on the evening of the first day of the week, when the doors were locked, where the disciples were for fear of the Jews. Obviously, they're scared. Jesus comes in their midst, and what does he say to them? "Peace be with you." And of course, they're joyful. They're overjoyed at seeing the Lord. They're so joyful, they tell Thomas, "We have seen the Lord." And what does Thomas say? "I won't believe until I can actually touch Jesus." But then listen to this. Now, a week later, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas was with them. Jesus came, although the doors were locked, and stood and said, "Peace be with you." I heard that, and I thought, I've never noticed that before. Jesus came, and the doors were locked again. And I kept coming back. Why? Were they still scared of the Jews? Was this try to trick Jesus and see, really, does he have the power to do this again? And you know something, everyone? I came to the realization, I can't answer that question. And it helped me to realize something, that when it comes to the resurrection story, I don't have all the answers. But the one thing we say with certainty, and we can never miss, Jesus rose, and he has appeared to his disciples, and he tells them, "Peace." And because of that peace, Thomas believes. Okay? So let's continue, everyone, to remember really what the story of this Easter season is about. Jesus is risen. There will be pieces that mystify us, that are mystery. But never forget what it is about. He is risen. Jesus is risen. Okay? This weekend, I'd like to make this weekend the pledge weekend for our Catholic Ministries appeal. So just a little bit of detail again before we take a moment and we set out on our task today. I want to remind you of what I said when I introduced this. Some of you are still giving pledges to the Rooted in Faith, Rejoice in Hope Capital campaign. Pledges for those campaign will be taken for 2015, 16, and 17. With that, the Rooted in Faith, Rejoice in Hope Capital campaign comes to an end. This Catholic Ministries appeal, everyone, is not the Rooted in Faith, Rejoice in Hope Capital campaign. This is the yearly appeal that helps fund ministries then for the diocese. Okay, the goals, and I'll give you a little update of where we are. The goal for the Catholic Ministries appeal for each parish is this: Fairmont, $46,750. Holy Family, $4,830. So far to date, Holy Family, the pledges received $1,400 from 5 donors. there's still a shortfall of $3,430. For Fairmont, pledges received $18,920 with 71 donors. We still have a shortfall of $27,830. Parishes will be given 100% of monies above goal, but again, parishes ending short of goal will be invoiced the shortfall in January 2016. So as we take a moment tonight and we fill out our pledge cards, please remember no gift is too small. And secondly, you don't have to make your payment all at once. Payments can be made throughout the year. Once again, current rate of 26% yearly participation of 800 families for St. John Vianney. If each family gave $225, we would reach our goal. Okay, it seems like about every year, 26% of families give. Say, at that rate, $225 over 26%, we'd reach our goal. Holy Family, 40% yearly participation rate for the 68 families. If each family gave $180, we would reach our goal. Okay, at the end of your pew then is the pledge cards and envelopes. Why don't you take a moment, pass those down. Each family, I'd ask you to please take one, and I'll walk you through it. There's also pencils at the end of the pew, so you're going to need a pencil as well. Here, open up the flap then on your envelope. I'll walk you through it. Name, top, address, city, state, telephone. Please credit my gift to the appeal. There's a box there. I've already mailed my pledge to the 2015 Catholic Ministries Appeal. Second box, I do not wish to contribute at this time. Below that is the ways in which people can give. Okay? Credit card information. Credit card payment plan, you can do it like 10 monthly payments. Again, you don't have to do it all at once, or just a single payment. And the other payment options we'll see on the reverse side. The bottom lines are if you choose to go by credit card. Okay? To the right, if you choose to make a pledge tonight then, gives you kind of a breakdown of how much monthly payments would be at different entities. But at the bottom right, it says this: total amount pledged, the amount I choose to enclose, and the balance yet to be paid. Okay? If you flip that little card over then, on the back, if you choose to do it by automatic withdrawal from your checking account, top portion pertains to you. The amount that you'd like to give over the course of the year, and remember, those will be taken starting monthly. They'll be taken starting this month, and they'll go through March of 2016. If you choose to go by automatic withdrawal, you do need to attach a voided check. So if you want to take this home, that's fine, and throw it in the basket next week. And then at the bottom, of course, would be gifts of stock and also online giving. There's a couple of options there that you can just follow. One thing that's interesting, I noted, there's no parish or town mentioned on here. I wish they had a line. So just take a moment and include that, your parish and also your town. We may have people here from Ceylon, welcome, that don't have a Catholic church, and people will wonder, well, where do they go? So just take a moment and fill that out as well. So let's just take a moment, fill these out today. Father has to fill his out as well. Okay, and when you're done, hand them to the end of the pew, and the hospitality ministers will pick them up.